back at Joburg Airport, waiting for our flight to Kasane, Botswana. We're flying over the Kalahari Desert. That's the Sao Pan below, a large salt lake. They mine soda ash and salt from the pan. We clear Botswana Customs and Immigration in Kasane. Then we board our Cessna Caravan. The pilot promises us the sightseeing flight, 500 feet off the deck. It's only a 30-minute flight to Savuti Airstrip. Our pilot heads west following the Chobe River. There are elephants crossing the river. A striking feature of the whole Okavango Delta is just how flat it is, and the contrast between the rivers and marshes and the dry savanna. The river broadens into the Linyanti Swamp. This area is on a fault line, and periodic tectonic activity can reverse the way the rivers flow. Here's the Savuti Airstrip. Goodman, our guide, is waiting to take us to Savuti Camp. The many dead trees are caused by the erratic flow of the Savuti Channel, but they make great perches for raptors like this bataleur. Many smaller birds take advantage of the trees as well. Savuti Camp is right on the Savuti Channel. Our tent faces the channel too. We're starting to expect these welcoming details. I think we can make this work for a couple nights. Time for the afternoon game drive. This kudu is pretty magnificent. Then we see them, lions. Goodman explains that there isn't a resident pride here in Savuti. So these three males have formed a coalition that improves their hunting success and have taken up residence. Judging from their good condition and their distended bellies, I'd say they're very successful. I think we'll be seeing more of the boys, as Goodman calls them. Some more artsy shots while we have our sundowners and watch the sunset. In the morning, Goodman finds fresh lion tracks, and we set out to see what happened to the boys last night. Along the way, we find these curious birds. Even stranger, elephant dung is one of their favorite foods. We're all looking left to where the boys were last night, and we almost miss them. They still look full and sleepy. Then something gets their attention. We look in the direction of their gaze, and it's a large male kudu. Kudu must be a favorite food. The lions are all engaged, but they aren't quite hungry enough yet. They pose for us for about a half an hour. Then one by one, they yawn and wander off. We follow them, thinking the kudu is in their lunch plans, but they're just looking for a shadier place to sleep. Then it's time for lunch and some downtime watching the Savuti Channel go by. It's all about birds at the start of the afternoon game drive. Some are small and familiar. Some are big and new. And some water birds by the channel. We head to the savannah, and Goodman drives us up on a termite mound to get a look around. No large animals, no live ones anyway, so we head for the forest. We spot a family of warthogs. Then Goodman spots them, well camouflaged in the high grass. African wild dogs. It looks like they're just waking up. They're getting ready to hunt. They run off into the Mopani forest. We can't follow. Goodman says, I know where they'll come out. and we reverse and head around the Mopani. The impala are watching something. Then they dash off in the opposite direction. It's the dogs. They're back on the road. Then they're off running again. They find a herd of zebra and one wildebeest. The colt will be the target. They close ranks around the little ones. The stallion faces off the dogs. Zebras are dangerous prey for the dogs. One kick can kill. The dogs turn their attention to the single wildebeest. They call off the attack and trot off for easier prey. We enjoy another beautiful sunset and reflect on the reality we've just seen. It's 40 degrees in our tent this morning and I'm cold. Even the birds are cold. The elephants are up though. They have a lot of grass to eat every day. But even they seemed a little cranky this morning. Goodman finds a hippo jaw. Pretty impressive. It's finally warming up, and the baboons are sunning themselves. It's a day at the beach for the baboons. Goodman follows some tracks on the road to a perfectly camouflaged leopard resting in the shade. Then back to camp for lunch. We heard lions roaring in the middle of the night, and now vultures are in the trees. We skip our siesta to investigate. He's easy to find. It's one of the three boys. As the dominant one, he gets first choice. He's feasting on a baby elephant. Goodman says it probably died of natural causes, but it really doesn't matter. It is nourishment and won't be wasted. Seeing the wild dogs this morning and this lion reminds us that this is a wild place. Animals here must hunt and kill to survive. We leave the lion to his lunch and go back to camp for afternoon tea. The vultures are still in the trees as we start our afternoon game drive. Then there he is, the dominant lion. We didn't have to go far. That's camp in the back. The other two boys are getting their chance at the elephant. There seems to be plenty left for them. We watch them feast for 3/4 of an hour. Then back to camp for sundowners and our last sunset at Savuti. It's a beautiful morning for our last game drive here. Checking on the elephant carcass, even the vultures are having a hard time finding scraps. The boys are fighting over a chunk of skin. We find the dominant one off by himself, resting in the grass. He's calling to let everyone know that this is his territory. We leave the boys to their elephant. We'll remember them and our impressions of what it must be like to be a lion. Back at Savuti, we gather our luggage and take in the view of Savuti Channel one more time. Then we're off for the airstrip. A few of the residents come out to see us off. This is the largest owl in Africa, the flying chili pepper. And appropriately enough, the gray go-away bird. We don't have to wait long. Our plane arrives right on time, and we're off for our next adventure.